This edition of Crime Reports and Rewards is brought to you by Dr. Louis Gangarosa's Oral Leaf. For instant relief of sore mouth, teeth, and lips, go to www.oralleaf.com or call 706-294-4343. William Goolsby, heavy equipment, land clearing, driveways, and landscaping. Call 803-257-6734. And All-American Training and Safety Consultants. Certified training in industrial construction safety, personal protection equipment, fall and fire protection, respiratory protection, material handling and storage, electrical lockout tagouts, machinery and machine guarding, forklifts, cranes, and horse training. Call us at 706-799-1157. Call them and tell them you appreciate them bringing you one of America's fastest growing crime shows.
The stories you are about to see are real. The rewards up to $5 million are real. This is Crime Reports and Rewards with Griff Griffin and Dave Michaels, where you stay anonymous, the criminals don't.
If you've been a regular viewer of Crime Reports and Rewards, you know that over a year ago we announced that Atlanta had become the new Juarez. Well, further proof of that is that the U.S. Attorney General in South Carolina announced that over $750,000 and 10 kilograms of cocaine and 40 guns were taken in during raids over in Aiken County in South Carolina just this week. Here's the most disturbing part. These gangs are going around in Augusta and Aiken County and saying silver or lead. Either they begin selling cartel drugs or cartel members will kill our local kids. This is something that we've been reporting on longer than anybody in the area. We scooped it. We found out the cartels are here. The first report you heard about was all the gunfire and gun battles that took place over at Payne College, and how Payne College had to send several kids from Atlanta who were basically smuggled out of Atlanta by drug-related families and hidden away in Payne College. Well, these kids brought cartel cocaine to Augusta, which is selling far cheaper than other forms of cocaine, and the local drug dealers began having street battles with them in the Payne College area, which is why Payne College had to send these drug cartel kids back to Atlanta. It's all covered up. Not very many people heard about it, but every major newspaper, well, the newspaper and every major media did report it one time until they found out maybe they shouldn't mess with the cartels. But here's how we know the cartels have moved into this area. Take a close look at the names of these people. Reyes, Castro, Serrano. Here's one that will make your blood run cold. Leyva, Alejandro Quinones Leyva. Leyva is the family of the largest drug cartel in the world. So we now have family of the largest drug cartel in the world bringing cocaine through Augusta to Aiken County and AK-47s on our streets. Just as I began doing this, someone drove across the 5th Street Bridge, because I'm broadcasting from the Augusta Riverfront Marina, and fired off 6 rounds from a weapon, which we of course called in to Augusta Richmond County because it was on the Georgia side. Weapons are being fired. AK-47s are in our streets. Pounds of cocaine are coming through Augusta. The cartels are here, and your kids are dying. If we don't stop the cartels from moving in to Augusta, we will have street battles in Augusta just like you see in Mexico. Go to our Crime Reports and Rewards Facebook page and let us know what you think we can do to stop the carnage and the car bombs and the missile attacks that are going on in Mexico from continuing to come here. WRDW Channel 12 News on Your Side reports the Richmond County Sheriff's Office arrested a 15-year-old after they say he caused 3 wrecks during a chase in a stolen vehicle. The Sheriff's Office says on Sunday, October 18th, they got a call about a stolen vehicle out of Burke County that was being followed by the vehicle's owner. The vehicle was spotted by deputies on R.A. Dent Boulevard and Wrightsboro Road. Investigators say the teenager was trying to elude deputies on Wrightsboro Road near Hurd Avenue when he hit a 2015 Nissan Altima on its back right side. After the hit and run, he continued running from deputies until he ran a red light at 11th Street and Green Street where he hit a 93 Honda Accord. Deputies say the car was going west and the teen pushed the vehicle into the eastbound lane of traffic on Green Street. Deputies say when the 15-year-old hit the Honda Accord, he also hit a 2004 Crown Victoria on the front driver's side of the car. Investigators say the suspect tried to climb out of the driver's side window and run away, but was taken into custody. The Sheriff's Office says the teen was taken to the hospital by ambulance for injuries he sustained in the wreck he caused. The Georgia State Patrol is assisting the Sheriff's Office in investigating the crashes, and the Burke County Sheriff's Office has notified the owner of the vehicle's recovery. The Department of Juvenile Justice has notified and advised the juveniles multiple offenses, and the case has been turned over to the Department of Juvenile Justice. Now, as a sideline, we find that Suzanne Little commented from someone who actually heard this accident happen from inside their apartment and saw the scene moments later. This accident ended at 11th and Green Street, not 13th Street. So we see really that the RDW did change the script from 13th Street that they had announced earlier over to 11th and Green Street after Suzanne Little commented on it and corrected their first article that said 13th Street. So Suzanne, we appreciate you correcting WRDW. I'm sure they want to get the facts straight. Now, the big debate is, should police chase car thieves? Should police do police chases? In this incident here, 3 cars were hit. Someone could have been killed. On our Facebook page, Crime Reports and Rewards, and on the Griff Griffin page, we had commenters like people, Bobby, who commented saying, well, it's kind of hard to catch a car thief at a later time. So the debate is, should police chase cars who are stolen cars, robbery suspects, rape suspects, home invasion suspects, or should they try to pick them up at a later time? Well, Bobby Keith pointed out the fact it's going to be pretty hard to pick up a car thief at a later time because we don't know who the car thief is. We'd like for you to go to our Crime Reports and Rewards Facebook page and comment on this story and let us know what you think. In the meantime, here are some other police chases to help you understand the danger involved in cars that are racing through our community as they're being chased by the cops. Now, these are criminals. They might hit just as many people as they have when they're not being chased. They might get out of the car and shoot up a bunch of people if they're not being chased. There's no telling what these criminals are going to do. But right now, we're going to take a look at some car chases so you can get an idea of the carnage that happens when someone goes wild in a car. Let us know what you think. Go to Crime Reports and Rewards on Facebook and put your comment on. We appreciate you tuning in. Thank you. The Richmond County Sheriff's Office is looking for the Hispanic male you see on your screen. Carlos Amilcar Rivera, obviously a Hispanic that has been described as a white male, looks a lot like a burglar we ran out of one of our properties a while back. We couldn't get the police to arrest him then, I guess because they were looking for a white guy then too. If you see this Hispanic suspect, likely trying to blend in with other Hispanics here in the area, who are gathering at a lot of our building supply stores and are supposedly, according to building supply employees, stealing those building supply companies blind, please call the police. If they do a press release saying a CrimeReportsAndRewards.com tip led to an arrest, you will be paid. Now, what has become the stomach-churning laughingstock of the world, Augusta-Richmond County government, the fired Augusta Fire Marshal is challenging the city's termination after being investigated and indicted for blackmail, basically. Ace Augusta Chronicle reporter Susan McCord, who is also the only reporter that found out that the government of Augusta-Richmond County owed the Stacy family, who owns the marina contract. The county allegedly owes the Stacy family hundreds of thousands of dollars in electricity and water they were stealing from the Stacy family, who owns the marina contracts. City Administrator Janice Allen Jackson confirmed Wednesday that Beard has requested the first level review under city personnel policies by Human Resources Director Michelle Elam. A federal grand jury on October 8th accused Beard and employees since '87 of 6 counts of extortion on accusations he threatened local businesses with basically blackmail if they didn't pay him, and 1 count of attempted extortion. Well, gee, I don't know, 6 counts of extortion and 1 count of attempted extortion. Wow, why would a county fire a wonderful employee like that? Fire Chief Chris James subsequently notified Beard he was terminated, but city personnel policies allow employees several levels of appeal. No kidding, you're the taxpayer, you don't get any appeal. They say, oh, if you appeal, your taxes could go way up. But if an employee appeals, he has several levels of appeal. The first is Beard's request for a review by the Human Resources Director. If she doesn't rule in his favor, he can appeal to the City Personnel Board and then to the City Administrator, who, oh yes, and there's more. Beard is the nephew, oh my God, of former Commissioners Lee and Betty Beard, and has, according to court documents, obtained representation by attorney Jack Long on the federal charges, who will probably get this guy the mayor's job. So once again, Flipper comments, can anybody in Augusta government pass a drug test and a lie detector test? Go to our Crime Reports and Rewards Facebook page and let us know. Augusta Chronicle commenter Gargoyle writes, getting rid of a connected city employee is impossible unless their connections want them gone. Otherwise, a book of paper and multiple witnesses of misdeeds will just get them an unannounced vacation and a bonus. The human resources in the city is a joke. Just play toy for the cabal. You know, that is, Gargoyle has a point. A fire deputy from Columbia County was able to put in an application with the Human Resources Department to get hired on as a Richmond County Sheriff's Deputy. Then he beat his wife and slammed her hand in the door, forcing her to go seek emergency medical help, and was fired again for the same thing that Columbia County fired him for. Now we have another employee with Richmond County who beat the living tarnation out of a lady in Savannah who called the cops. Whatever you do in Augusta, don't call the cops. This lady called the cops in Savannah and reported a stolen item. The officer that works for Richmond County went there, beat her senseless, and dragged her through basically what is a potato peeler situation. The county, of course, had to pay out, raise taxes. Every single taxpayer in Savannah's taxes went up because of this guy who now still works for Augusta, Richmond County, which means your taxes are probably going to go up because Human Resources is hiring people who have beat the living crap out of people in other places, and of course, they get a job immediately in Augusta, Richmond County. Long previously represented Beard in a successful action against the city after he was terminated in '96 for testing positive for cocaine. My goodness, can anybody in Richmond County government pass a drug test and a lie detector? The Personnel Board and City Commissioner upheld his termination of Beard's court challenge of testing procedures was successful, and he is reinstated at the same pay and rank in '97. Beard was placed on administrative leave of pay when the FBI started an investigation of the extortion charges in August. He remains the only city firefighter under sanction in connection with the incidents, according to department spokeswoman Dee Griffin. In previous stories, we find out that this is just another part of the debacle that we call Augusta, Richmond County government. Somebody needs to figure out how people who do drugs, lie, and blackmail the taxpayers that they make their living off of can continue doing it without the Justice Department coming in, demanding all taxes be turned over to a judge in a trust account, and the county present some type of order for each payment, for each bill, so that taxpayers will stop being allegedly defrauded by what appears to be, what may be, an organized criminal conspiracy to defraud the taxpayer. You have to begin asking yourself, are you obligated to support a criminal enterprise? Go to our Augusta Crime Reports and Rewards Facebook page and let us know. Are you obligated to support a criminal enterprise?
Let's face it, folks, crime can strike at any time, and we have to do all we can to make ourselves and our homes a safer place. Quit just talking about it and just go ahead and do it. Please, go down to your local Humane Society and adopt a good watchdog. For around $100, you get the dog that has already been fixed, had all its shots, with an ID chip in every dog. I prefer a big dog with a big bark. Crooks will not usually hit the house with the aggressive bark behind the door. Just think, a good watchdog might just be the right move for you in these very dangerous times of crimes.
911? I just broke into a house and the owner came home.
You broke into a house?
Yeah.
Where at?
I don't know.
Okay, so are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, so are you...
I think they have guns.
Okay, where are you?
I don't know.
You have no clue where you are.
Once again this week, authorities informed me that if someone knows enough about you and is found red-handed with an item they stole from you, that they may be able to get away with stealing that item even though they stole it, and they may be able to continue stealing from you. The authorities may not even issue a police report if the thief knows enough about you to convince them you might have let them take the item based solely on the information the thieves may gather about you that allows them to get away with stealing from you only because they claim to know you. That's a pretty good reason to clean out your Facebook and Twitter accounts where you've got people that have friended you and you don't really know them.
you're talking about this, you're showing off your car, you're showing your beautiful home, you're showing your beautiful family that just happens to have jet skis in the background and such. If you show these pictures on social media and a thief comes and steals one of these items without asking you, without your knowledge, just comes by and steals it out of the blue and gets caught red-handed with it, the thief, if they have done their homework, may be able to convince the police that somehow you might have given them permission to take that item. So we just have to ask. The police work around a lot of criminals all the time, and the criminals can read a law enforcement officer's Facebook page just like they read yours. They can see that brand new Camaro or that restored Camaro or that real nice motorcycle or that jet ski or something that the police officer has. Do you think the police or law enforcement or the authorities are going to treat a thief that stole from them the same way that a thief is treated when they steal from you? Do you think there'll be any difference in treatment? We want to know. Go to our CrimeReportsAndRewards.com Facebook page by searching for Crime Reports and Rewards. Then put your comment under this section and let us know what you think. Do you think police will treat a thief who steals from them differently than a thief who steals from you? Let us know what you think. We may even put you on next week's show. Thank you for your time. The jail report's featuring a new Most Wanted on their back page, and we want to congratulate them because they come under a lot of fire for having mugshots of people who haven't been convicted of any kind of crime, and now they're putting the Most Wanted on their back page, which is something they can do and is very good for this community. Such as the first one on the left, the black male with the long dreads, is David Wade Jr. He's wanted for aggravated assault, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime. And then, in the middle, the guy with the real short hair on top and the beard is Jerry Kimball. He's wanted for burglary. I guess burglary is something close to burglary, but you screwed that up too. Then, over on the right, is Kadarius Bailey. He's wanted for false imprisonment, or kidnapping, and burglary. If you know where David Wade Jr., Jerry Kimball, or Kadarius Bailey may be, we urge you to please call the police. If the police do a press release saying a Crime Stopper tip led to the arrest of any of these individuals, you will get paid.
There's currently a movement afoot to have the I-520, we know as Bobby Jones Expressway, renamed after J.D. Paul all the way out to South Carolina. If you go to the gates of the Riverfront Marina, which I maintain the Riverfront Marina, if you go there and you see a beautiful lawn and gorgeous boats and nice things, that's because I worked my tailbone off keeping that lawn gorgeous and picking up every tiny little piece of paper. Because it's so beautiful and the sunsets are so gorgeous, and I thought J.D. Paul was just about the coolest guy I ever knew, I put his end of watch badge on our gate. Let your people know that we should rename Bobby Jones Expressway J.D. Paul Expressway, because we will never forget J.D. Paul. Please call your congressman, governor, every single elected official, always posted on social media. We want Bobby Jones Expressway changed to J.D. Paul Expressway. J.D. was just trying to help somebody, and that somebody opened fire on him and killed J.D. J.D. was such a great man that even as he was being shot to death, he was able to get a round off until his gun itself was shot by the assailant and his gun would no longer function. But if J.D. had not shot the assailant had a trunk full of ammo and an assault weapon. And he was already shooting at people on Bobby Jones Expressway. If J.D. Paul had not shown up and shot the assailant, Augusta, Georgia might have been the home of one of the biggest mass murders in history. All that crazy had to do was keep on shooting at cars, and eventually he would have hit some. They may have gone over to the other side and had a head-on collision, and he could have kept shooting and kept shooting and kept shooting and kept shooting and knocked out car after car after car, and other cars are coming. All he has to do is shoot up a few cars and form a pile up, and the other cars are going to hit those cars, and the gasoline's going to ignite, and the kids are going to burn. Can you see what J.D. did? J.D. Paul may have saved untold amounts of lives. So please write everybody you know, put it on social media, let's make this happen. And if you want to see J.D. Paul's end of watch badge that I put on the Riverfront Marina gate post, just go to the Riverfront Marina and look at the gate post, and then turn around and look at what that badge looks out over. Go to our Crime Reports and Rewards Facebook page, let us know what you think, and we've got the picture, the video of me putting that end of watch badge on there. It's also got Alton Creech's end of watch badge too. But J.D. Paul was shot down, and he was able to get off a shot that hit the assailant, and it was the miracle shot, and there's no telling how many people's lives he saved. So let's change that name to J.D. Paul Expressway. Go to our Crime Reports and Rewards Facebook page. The video is there, and put your comment, and if you put your comment there, we're going to gather these comments up. We're going to send it to your leaders and ask that Bobby Jones Expressway, at least part of it, be renamed J.D. Paul Expressway. Thank you.
This edition of Crime Reports and Rewards is brought to you by Dr. Louis Gangarosa's Oral Leaf. For instant relief of sore mouth, teeth, and lips, go to www.oralleaf.com or call 706-294-4343. William Goolsby, heavy equipment, land clearing, driveways, and landscaping. Call 803-257-6734. And All American Training and Safety Consultants. Certified training in industrial construction safety, personal protection equipment, fall and fire protection, respiratory protection, material handling and storage, electrical lockout tagouts, machinery and machine guarding, forklifts, cranes, and horse training. Call us at 706-799-1157. Call them and tell them you appreciate them bringing you one of America's fastest growing crime shows.
You've been watching Crime Reports and Rewards with Griff Griffin and Dave Michaels, where you stay anonymous. The criminals don't.